I watched Wake Up Sid on the big screen. It was a fascinating experience. When I was in school, I only knew the songs of this film. I had actually watched this film in 2021 during my college days in YouTube. From that day onwards, I have loved the film. After that, I have watched the film many times. Vision boards are awesome, and I had made one for myself. Some of my manifestations had come true, and some had not. But 3 weeks ago, looking at my vision board, I thought to myself, why am I trying to make my life so sorted by creating a vision board? Then I removed it and inserted it into my diary. I wanted to make a poster board with all my favorite pictures on it. So I painted one and then stuck the pictures I had chosen. The board had 13 pictures in total. Out of it, 4 pictures were relating to Wake Up Sid and one poster was relating to Jab We Met. I had created this board on the 19th of September. I kept listening to the songs of the film frequently after that. To my astonishment, on the 2nd of October, I got to know that Wake Up Sid was releasing in the theaters again. I was just awestruck. It felt like a miracle. From when I was young, my dreams have been really close to me. Whenever I dream of doing something, it gives me so much comfort. It is not a person, but it is just there for me even when nobody's around. And that is why Wake Up Sid is so special to me. Being in my 20s, this film is even more special. It is like a wake up call for myself. Aisha, a girl who leaves her home and goes to a new city to befriend her dreams. Aisha has been an inspiration for all the dreamers, isn't it? When Sid and Aisha meet for the first time, it's such a special scene because Aisha is seen writing and Sid would be capturing it in his camera. Both of them would be doing what they love. Eventually, Aisha would become a writer and Sid a photographer. Aisha would be excited about her first job. She talks about that when she meets Sid for the first time. Despite her hostel friend Debbie disliking Sid, she does not judge Siddharth that very moment. When Sid tells Aisha that she is tough and brave for being by herself in a big city like Bombay, let's not forget that Sid was also brave to leave behind his wealth and father's successful company to find out his passion. Aisha does not want an easy life. When she says, Sid, इतनी मदद करेगी तो आदत हो जाएगा, कल को तुम नहीं हो तो? It's quite evident that she wants to do things by herself. She does not seek help because she feels that at the end of the day, she would be facing nobody but herself. When one day Sid leaves, it would be hard for her again to get used to facing herself and doing things by herself. But Sid tells, मैं कहाँ जा रहा हूँ आयशा? And she smiles it out. When Sid decided to go back to his house, Aisha is unable to digest that. Both of them have no siblings. Aisha does not have a big friends circle like Sid, but she lets Sid and his friends into her life. After Sid leaves, we can spot Aisha speaking to her mother over a call. Aisha is really good at convincing people. When she wanted the job badly, she speaks about her writing experience in college and assures that she will be able to handle the job. She also convinces Amit to consider Sid as an intern. She refuses to take money from Siddharth's mother. This clearly shows she is not driven by money in her life. Aisha is a stubborn personality and an overthinker. She makes up mock interviews in her mind. She is particular about her home decor. She wants her house to be clean. She chooses the color of the wall and the company she wants to work in. She gets everything done. She is not only a dreamer but also a badass worker. First, she places her parents' photo in an easel on top of the shelf. But then, in one scene, we can see that she would be sticking the same picture on the wall. And then, towards the end of the film, all the pictures on the wall would have got a frame. She unfolds her creativity not only in writing but also in these aspects. She creatively arranges the desk of Kabir, who is the editor in chief. She would not enjoy jazz. With all the might, she would refuse to go out with Kabir for the jazz concert, and he would be mature enough to understand that. Meanwhile, when she receives her first paycheck, she would seek the company of Sid for eating out. She does not feel okay when Sid hangs out with Tanya. When Sid asks Aisha to hang out with him and Tanya, she would say, मेरे पास बहुत कुछ है करने का. And it's true, she keeps doing something or the other. But from within, she craves for Sid's companionship. Deep down, she knows that she does feel lonely at times, and there are times when she has absolutely nothing to do. She realizes that the beauty of achieving goals is when she is able to share that with a person. Goals पाने की खुशी तभी महसूस होती है जब उसे किसी के साथ शेयर कर सको. Aisha would think of herself as a mature person until Kabir tells her that she sounds childish. Finally, she allows Sid to click pictures of herself. When Sid pours water on her, she does not shout at him. Instead, she plays along. When Sid calls Aisha to sing an old Hindi song along with him, she would not deny it. She would learn from Sid to embrace her inner child and enjoy life. Sid would offer a gift to Aisha when he leaves, but she would refuse it. Have you ever thought what that gift was? It was a photo frame with Aisha's picture in it. Sid would have left it behind and Aisha would have hanged it on the wall. She would keep looking at it in one scene. I guess I'm right about this. Sid, on the other hand, seems to be a brilliant performer in school, but a failure during college. His mother would tell, "You were always a topper in school, but I don't know what happened in college. I think you are in this state because of your friends." I feel he would have gone through a burnout because of which he would not even be able to concentrate on one accounts problem. He would be stuck in returns outwards of rupees 7,000 were wrongly included in sales. He learns a lot from his failure. He ghosts his friends and family when he fails the exam. He only lets Aisha into his life during that phase. Though his friends use his car and money, sometimes they judge him for being the son of a successful and wealthy father. He talks his heart out to Aisha and really feels hurt when he's with her. Though we can believe in ourselves and make things happen, sometimes we need an assurance from another person. Similarly, when Aisha says photography is something Sid will really be good at, during his interview, Sid feels really happy. Sid is not hard on himself. He celebrates his small wins, especially when he makes an unbroken fried egg and when he hands over his first paycheck to his father. He learns from Aisha to unearth and embrace the little things in life. Birthdays are not always about parties. It can also be तुम, मैं और 2 cup chai. Looking at the loving bond between Mrs. Bapat and her son Sanju, Sid is reminded of his mother. He acknowledges his mother's feeling and surprises his mother by wearing a shirt. He acknowledges his father's hard work and apologizes to him when he hands over his first paycheck to him. His mother longs to be his best friend. She is so inspiring. Despite being old enough, her urge to learn English is still vibrant inside her. She feels she can be Siddharth's friend if she speaks English fluently. When he gets to know about it, he keeps looking at his mother with a loving gaze for some time. Sid himself goes from wearing a t-shirt to wearing a shirt. Does that mean he has transitioned from being a boy to a man? Despite Sid telling Rishi to be the man in the relationship, Sid is good towards all the women in the film. He feels quizzed when he learns the reason behind Debbie's hatred towards him, but still, she comes forward to help him by paying for the food. Exactly on the same day, he would meet Lakshmi, who would bring Siddharth his favorite things and exam application form. That is when Siddharth reunites with his camera. When Lakshmi says, I look like an elephant, every day I try to diet and fail in that. And when Sid keeps making a broken fried egg every day, this movie also taught us that failure is not only about failing in exams, but it is just a part of our everyday life. This movie is also a designer's delight. The thought process behind the movie poster, graphic t shirts worn by Sid, shades of the sea, Aisha's home decor, emphasis on vision boards and diary writing, carving out names on the table after eating out, mixing colors, splashing paint on the wall, all these elements add to the beauty of the movie. And the office of Mumbai Beat is nothing less than amazing. It looks so aesthetic. It looks different from Sid's father's office, which has separate cubicles for all employees, where Sid feels restricted. In Mumbai Beat, there are no personal cubicles, there are photographs all around. Watching this movie in the theatre was an absolute bliss. Listening to the loud sounds of laughter and whistles felt so good. Tears started rolling down my eyes when Sid told Aisha that she is brave enough to stay all alone in a city like Bombay. When Sid walked out of his house and sought Aisha's help, and during the beginning of the song Iktara. While listening to Iktara, again I could not believe I was watching it in theatre. When Sid's father said, Promise me, अब जो भी करोगे, दिल लगाकर करोगे. It felt as if he was talking to me. The movie's music composition is just amazing. Lyrics for all the songs are so meaningful. Listening to all the songs in the theatre felt incredible, especially when the male version of Iktara plays in the background. बेमलंग तेरा एक तारा. I had goosebumps and happy tears during that scene. I was also astonished when the audience clapped after the ending. Holding my astonishment, I joined along with them and clapped my heart out joyfully. Cheers to 15 years of Wake Up Sid. Thank you for watching.